Chapter 3, The Throne of God. Before we enter into the thread of the revelation of end time events, the gracious Lord is granting us a glimpse of the glorious royal court of heaven, from where the Almighty God rules the whole universe. We shall quickly study and understand the major features of the heavenly royal court before we begin our study of the world's anthem scenario. First of all, John tells us, behold, a throne stood in heaven, with one seated on the throne. Revelation 4, chapter 2nd verse. Now, John sees the one who created the universe out of nothing through the power of his word. This person on the throne is the one who spoke trillions of words into existence. He is incomprehensible, and his holy character is unfathomable to us. So, we shall first try to understand the throne of God. As God Himself, He is incomprehensible for us. The throne of God, too, is something beyond our comprehension. The throne of God is picturized by many as chair, just like any throne in this world. This idea of the throne of God is not correct. The Bible tells us about the throne of King Solomon in 1 Kings 10 chapter 20th verse. Nothing like it had ever been made for any other kingdom. No other throne in all the world could be compared with it. The like of it was never made in any kingdom. There was nothing like it made for any other kingdom. If the throne of King Solomon was so incomparable, how much more wonderful would the throne of the Creator be? Let me tell you, the throne of God is not a chair, because John tells us in Revelation 4, chapter 6 verse, in the center and around the throne were four living beings, and in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were four beasts. Just imagine the four living creatures, which are actually cherubim, are in the center of the throne. Cherubim are also placed around the throne. If God is sitting on the throne, how can the cherubim be in the midst of the throne or in the center of the throne? If the cherubim are in the center of the throne, there must be empty space in the midst of the throne. If there is empty space in the middle of the throne must be a circle or a ring. If there is a huge ring like structure with empty space in the center, then it is possible for the living creatures to stand around the ring and place their wings in the space that is in the midst of the ring. The cherubim are actually standing around the throne of God and placing their mighty right wings in the empty space in the center of the throne. If this is the way the cherubim are carrying the throne of God, where is God sitting on the throne? The point we must understand here is that God doesn't require a chair to sit upon as human beings need. A chair for a human being is a place for rest. When we stand for a long time, our own legs and feet carry our weight. Our feet want to rest after carrying our weight for some time. Sitting on a chair, we give rest and relief to our own feet. God is a spirit. God is not a physical substance. The gravitational force pulls a physical substance and creates weight. We humans are physical beings and we have our own weight. We have to carry our own weight and we need a chair to sit and relieve ourselves from the strain of carrying our weight. Does God have the same problem? Does God get tired of carrying his own weight? Does he need a chair to sit and rest? Definitely not. God is the Supreme Spirit who carries the weight of the whole universe. He never gets tired of holding the universe with the power of His word. So, God, who is omnipresent, doesn't require a chair to sit upon. As such, God doesn't require a chair in the same shape as the chairs used by human beings. God's throne is simply the place where He becomes visible to His creatures in the highest possible degree of glory. Nobody can behold God's complete glory, but there is a degree of glory in which the creatures can see the Creator. Angels can see God at a higher degree of glory and splendor than human beings. The highest level of God's manifestation is visible on this so called throne in heaven. God simply appears at a slightly elevated position upon the throne but doesn't touch the throne to place his weight upon it. That is why God is on the throne, while the cherubim can place their wings in the center. God's visible image is placed somewhere above the ring like throne, and the cherubim appear as if they are interwoven with it.